What, do we have any original Bibles?
We have nothing original. Everything we have is copies of a copy of a copy of a copy.
I thought I realize it's a copy, but I thought like the Septuagint, even though it's a copy, is like an original copy, or however you want to put that.
No, it's. I mean, I never heard. I mean, like an original copy, but we don't have. I mean, even if you want to
I
say
guess
like,
that's an oxymoron.
But yeah,
yeah. I mean, but you could have the
copy.
original copy. No, well, the original copy would be the actual.
The more copies you have, the better. Because if there's an error or somebody's trying to change something, the more copies you have, the easier it is to spot. You have less copies, so you want copies. Copies are your friend.
Yeah, even like the. I guess the main thing about the Septuagint would be, the reason that they call it LXX is because it's, the 70, history goes like, there's like 70 Jewish scribes or whatever that went to the Alexandrian library, which is in Egypt, and they translated the first 5 books. And actually, the history goes is that they were actually in, uh, they broke them into separate groups, and they all translated it like the same exact thing, so it was like a really like legit like thing. So some people will say the Septuagint, the only real Septuagint is the first 5 books of the Bible. Once you talk
Supposedly
about,
on Wikipedia it says that they had 6 scholars from each of the 12 tribes of Israel.
yeah, so that'd give you like
Is
what,
that true, or
that's another, I guess, like, hold on, let me just see it, because sometimes yeah, 72. Yeah, that's what I. The other thing is it's 72 or was it 70? That's another like debate. So the reason why they call it the LXX is because that's the Roman numerals for 70. But then that tradition is also true, because I know they broke them into groups. So let's just say it was 6 from each tribe. I don't know if that's actually technically true, but they had 70 guys or 72 guys, and they translate it. So like I said, like there are some people that only accept the first 5 books because, at that time, 250 BC, they didn't translate the book of Isaiah in Greek at that time, which is most likely true. But I believe because the New Testament is quoting from something that is not the Hebrew, then obviously it's the Greek, and that's what the Greek says. So, and
the
obviously,
weird thing? There's either 2 stories: either the Pharaoh requested it translated, or the 6 scholars. It seems like there's 2 different stories.
no, what I know of it is it wasn't the Jews that wanted to do that. It was that they were like, I guess whoever owned, or some Greek guy or whatever who it was, had a library, the Alexandrian library, and it contained like the greatest books of all time. And the Torah that the Jews had is one of the greatest books of all time. So he wanted that in his collection as well. So he commissioned the Jews to write it, but it was in Greek. So
Yeah, I mean, why else are you going to involve Alexander? Like, come on.
yeah,
Come on. Like, he did a lot. He took the whole entire world over, and, like, he just made it look like it was easy.
Some people say he doesn't even exist. I heard the other day. I was surprised to hear that.
Wow.
yeah, I never heard that. That was pretty interesting. Some people say many crazy things, but it's another thing is like when you look at like human history, you have, you know, the Grecian Empire literally like Hellenized the whole world, meaning they made everybody speak Greek. So once they did that, you have all these churches where the Apostle Paul is being sent to. Like when you read the book of Colossians and Ephesians, like these are all churches that 100 and something years ago, before that, were Hellenized by the Greeks. So they spoke Greek. So when Paul was quoting from scripture and telling people to read the scriptures and stuff, he's the only scriptures that they would have been able to even read would be Greek. So there was definitely a Greek translation.
Do you think the Roman Empire is still intact in some sense?
During the first century, or
Still today?
the Roman Empire is still intact to this day?
Yeah, to some degree. Do you think it's still like the residual effects?
I mean, some people will say like the Roman Catholic Church is the Roman Empire. But
I mean, do you think like America and Europe and Russia and Germany, all that, you know, how they all have the eagle?
Yeah.
Is it really an eagle? Like,
No,
Is it what?
maybe
is
it's
it really an eagle?
maybe it's not really an eagle. Maybe it's a phoenix. Maybe it's a vulture. Like, how do you know? Do you know what kind of different birds look like?
I'm a
Yeah,
bird expert, walking,
Have you
talking,
ever seen a
breathing
phoenix?
fire, eating machine, bird
Have
breathing.
you ever seen a phoenix? Have you ever seen a bird with two heads? I've seen a turtle with two heads, but have you seen a
What?
bird?
That breathe fire?
Yeah,
Only in the movies.
only in the movies.
but I mean, I know that some people say that like that the America is still like the Roman Empire. It's still never gone away, and that's why in the future when the Messiah returns, it's gonna end that empire because they see Daniel chapter 2. That last empire is still like some type of Roman Empire, but it's a little different because it's mixed with the iron. So, but it still has something to do with Rome. So people will say like the Roman Empire changed from it, to like a religious system in the sense of the Catholic Church. So you could still see Rome having some type of power still. But I mean, I say, even let's just say that's all true, whatever, I would say that, well, according to the book of Daniel, it was all done, like their purpose per se was fulfilled in first century.
By 70 AD, right? Not necessarily in 70 AD, but by the end of 70 AD.
Yeah, the destruction, because it kind of
Yeah,
consummates at
I
Daniel
did.
chapter
It said
12.
when all these things, right? All like that.
Yeah, that's just how I kind of see that.
So, physical resurrection back to the earth, or not? No, I mean you guys. You pick whatever you want to talk about.
um, yeah, I don't know. Definitely a deep topic. Not gonna be able to finish that. I mean, we've been talking about the same thing for the past what, 2 years,
5,000
3?
years. We've only been talking about it since Jesus, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, whatever. Whoa, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody has any good ideas. Like, what? Why not? Why can't? Don't make me come up with ideas. I love silence.
What are we talking about?
We don't know.
I heard the other day that there's 12 fruits of the spirits instead of 9 fruits.
Where did
Why
I
does
get
it
that
matter
from?
how many fruits?
Well, that's like the whole theme of the Bible, other than the resurrection and how to live or whatever.
Yes, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. 9. But maybe they're getting it maybe from like the 12 fruits of the tree of life, maybe in
They're
Revelation.
getting them from the Old Testament somehow. See if I can find it here.
I mean, I know the Revelation says, right, there's something about the tree and it'll give fruit, its fruits
Yeah.
seasons. In their seasons, totally.
Ezekiel 37 says that too. I'm playing my Native American flute on Sunday.
Sound a lot like Frodo. Also sounds like a sad song. Like if somebody just, like
Sad flute.
definitely sounds like a sad flute.
It is a sad flute.
So the Vulgate, I guess, does list 12 fruits.
Well,
In the
what
Old Testament? What chapter is that at? I
It
don't
says
think I have a
Galatians.
Vulgate. Oh, Galatians?
Ezekiel 37.
Because the Vulgate would be the Latin translation. But where in Ezekiel?
37?
37.
I don't know. Just chapter 37. Somewhere around 12 or 16 or.
Oh yeah, right here it says Tupac Shakur knocking on the door. Let's see. They know this is the chapter with the stick, prophesy, dry bones. I don't think there's no.
I'm sorry, 47. Did I say
By the sick.
37? 47.
I think a fruit for each tribe or something like that, maybe. It says fruit trees of. Let me switch to the King James here. Let's see.
King James is
Verse 12.
perfect.
And by the river upon the bank, therefore, that on this side and on that side shall grow trees of meat. Shall grow all trees.
She'll bring a new fruit according to its months. So 12 months, 12 fruits.
Oh yeah, that's a correlation, definitely. Revelation.
Yeah.
But that
Looks
doesn't
like
necessarily.
Jeremiah 17:8. Let's see. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, that spread out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of the drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
Did you just say that the fruit would be never ending?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I did come across another verse in that I thought supported full preterism, though. I think it was 1 Corinthians 10:17, maybe. Let's see. I think it's in 1 Corinthians 10 now.
Yeah, no, it talks about who's the end of the age has come upon, or something like that.
It said like are awaiting the. Let's see. Let's see. Now all these things happen to them for examples. They are written for our admission upon who the ends of the world are come. It might have been
Yep.
one of them. I was thinking it was something to do with more of the elect. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Yeah. Yeah, must have been that one. And someone brought up the other thing the other day about that the days were shortened for the elect. Well, most Bible preaching churches are going to say that the elect was the first century people, yet then they try to make that verse be the future, but yet it says the elect that they say is in the past. Are we recording?
Yeah, don't you see the little recording thing in the corner? You should totally have. All right, fine. For next time, I'm gonna turn on the little thing that makes it. You have to like agree when I push the record button. Like you'll have to agree. I'm like, anyway, yeah, it's recording.
The other screen.
You can share your screen. You just need to like not play like somebody else's video. You know.
We could maybe do Malachi. Isn't that only like 4 chapters?
Didn't we do that last time?
I think we did Obadiah.
Okay, we probably did do Obadiah, but we also did do something about Malachi. I wrote it in the
Yeah,
description of
we
this
brought
video.
it up a little bit, yeah. Or we could do Jude.
Well, hey, no, if nobody objects, like you got free reign. I mean, in my opinion, like, you brought up the first idea, so like technically you win, right? So roll with it, whatever.
Yeah, so we could do. I could read the first chapter of Malachi. Should I read it?
Go for it. Too slow.
So we're gonna do what now? Malachi?
Yeah, I guess that's the idea.
What was that sound?
That was Matthew leaving.
Oh.
That's the sound of someone leaving.
I don't even know how to make that sound.
It's like kind of like a Final Fantasy sound. Like it's kind of the equivalent of like when your spirit explodes and you disintegrate into like 1,000 little fluffy things. it's like, like they left, right?
Rob know
Like
he's
like a dandelion when it gets blown away by the wind.
Final Fantasy Star Online. You ever play that one?
No, I can't say I have. I stopped playing Final Fantasy at like 7 or 8. I
What
really like.
about? You ever play Elder Scrolls?
Nah, I haven't.
You rookie.
You were saying before this we were doing what? Malachi? Malaki? I don't have this. Like, are you not gonna? Nobody's gonna read it. Nobody's gonna read it. I can't find it.
my eyes are too tired.
Are we ready or?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right. Malachi 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of the wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. And a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you. O priests that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon my altar, and ye say, where have we polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts? And now I pray you, beseech God that he will be gracious unto us. This hath been by your means, will he regard your person, saith the Lord of hosts. Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do you kindle fire on mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, saith the Lord of hosts, neither will I accept an offering at your hand. For from the rising of the sun even to the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. In every place incense shall be offered unto my name. A pure offering for my name shall be a great among the heathen, said the Lord of hosts. But ye have profaned it, and that ye say, the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even as meat, is contemptible. Ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts. And ye have brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
Pretty good.
I thought it was interesting, how people always are, a lot of like Hebrew Israelites will say like, or Hebrew only Israelites will say, you know, uh, Esau hated, or Esau was hated.
Mm-hmm.
But down below in verse let's see, where was it? Where it said the Gentiles. Oh yeah. My name shall be from the rising of the sun going down, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. Well, why would his name be great if he's going to just destroy them all?
Right, and that's why
Well,
Matt.
those would be the ones that come in, and that's why his name would be great. I mean, I guess his name is great even on those who aren't going to be saved or going to come in because he's the boss. So he can either be on the good side or on the bad side.
That's why it pays to have Matthew here, because he would say he has hated Esau, like that's talking about Israel.
Yeah, I wonder though, because it talked about it'll be magnified from the border of Israel. And I think it was talking about, their despicable sacrifices. I don't know how he would relate that to being some type of spiritual thing. Maybe we'll wake him back up and he'll join back in any moment.
No, it's Matthew already went to sleep for the night, so he won't be answering. But yeah,
No, this is just pretty powerful. This chapter just showing that his name would be great among the nations. And obviously that would be through, I see like the new covenant in a sense. I don't know how you would tie that in with just this chapter alone, but I mean that's how we know because we have the rest of the story.
You could use the Jacob and Esau that Paul quotes and say, this is covenantal.
Yeah. Or it's talking about individual people and it's all about Calvinism. Because, John Calvin and James White are the greatest people. So,
what do you make of that last verse? But cursed be the deceiver, which has in his flock a male and boweth and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. But yet, wasn't Jacob called the deceiver?
Jacob's name literally means deceiver. That son of a gun.
I mean, is that a play on word or just means deceiver only for those that were giving bad sacrifices?
Oh. That's a good question, though. Let me see. I have no idea.
silence is not golden. It's only golden when you're trying to watch a movie.
Shh, I'm trying to watch a movie, man. Jeez.
Oh, we're in a movie. No, crap. I hope I'm not in a horror movie.
Wow, what's wrong with a horror movie?
I think I
What
broke.
about
I might
burning
have broken one of the
incense?
rules of a horror movie. No, I'm just saying.
What about burning incense today? Is that good in God's eyes or bad?
I mean, I don't think it's bad if you want to do that. But to say, like, oh, if you don't do it, then you're dishonoring God. It's like, because I remember there was this one place that we used to go to. They used to burn frankincense. But I think it becomes a problem if you're going to sit there and be like, well, your congregation doesn't burn incense. So, God's displeased with you.
Frankincense? Frankincense is apparently like the tree, I think, that like the pterodactyls congregate in.
Yeah, the pterodactyls, or Frankenstein.
The fiery serpents. Back in the ancient reference.
Lucifer.
No, nothing to do with that at all.
The devil.
No, nothing to do with that either. It's just
the angel that disobeyed.
No, nothing to do with any of that.
Huh.
Just pterodactyls, fiery serpents. That's all.
Like the dinosaur, pterodactyl.
Yep. I mean, what else would it be?
I have no idea.
It's a pterodactyl.
That is a weird word. Dactyl. Pterodactyl.
Like, what is a dactyl? It's like what? Like
It's actually called a pterodagger.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was changed to pterodactyl after the daggers got too out of control.
No, it wasn't. Are you serious?
Wikipedia.
That's crazy.
Wikipedia is not a credible source.
Because they didn't teach me.
Juggernaut it then.
Juggernaut.
No, according to the ancient account, like there were these trees. It was frankincense trees, I think, or something like that. One of the things that they needed, like myrrh or frankincense, something like that. But they said that like the Ethiopians didn't even bother like guarding their borders where those trees were because the pterodactyls had it covered. They didn't even have to because they lived in those trees, and if you tried to take any of their stuff, like they would kill you. They'd peck your face off. They would attack you in mass, right?
They would pterodactyl you.
They would pterodactyl you to pieces.
They would pterodactyl you.
Exactly.
And the dinosaurs would dine on you, and then you'd have sores.
It's not even like a real dinosaur. They're just like little ferocious like bat-like things. I don't know.
Whoever came up with the name dinosaurs.
That's the guy who it's written in the Wikipedia, right? It's called terrible lizard. That's what it stands for.
Are you serious?
It's a pterodactyl and terrible lizard.
Well, it's like look up the definition of dinosaur. What does it mean? It means terrible lizard, doesn't it? And that's exactly what you would expect with the pre-flood world. If you had a chameleon, well, Jackson's chameleon, that was 600 years old, what would it look like? It would look like exactly like a triceratops. It would be a giant chameleon. Why not? I mean, it's that easy. Like, why are there so much dinosaur fossils and all the dinosaurs are seemingly reptilian? Like, where are all the other ones? Like, how come the fish aren't dinosaurs? How come the birds aren't necessarily dinosaurs? Then they got to say, no, that the birds evolved into the dinosaurs, or whatever. The dinosaurs evolved into the birds, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I used to believe that dinosaurs were a trick by the devil.
Well, they could be. By the devil, meaning, what do you mean by the devil?
You know what I mean?
Well,
Genesis
actually,
6, obviously.
that's why no, that's why I asked you because I don't know.
No, you know what I mean by the devil.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
Well, everybody else believes.
Well, I don't know what they think either. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
do.
Uh,
noob.
pitchfork and horns, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a Martian. I came from another planet. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Like,
Tupac then.
well, I know about your fellow human being Tupac and his unfortunate fate. I also know about Biggie Smalls. But like, what does that have to do with the price of apples in China? What we were talking about
Dinosaurs.
exactly. What does that have to do with why are all the dinosaurs reptilian in nature, and why how come
Oh,
they're
I know, because Satan was a reptilian.
no. No, it's because reptiles never stop growing throughout their whole life, so they would get ginormous, which would be out of place. Like
If
you
they
would,
live for 500 years, is what you're saying.
so if well, that's the point. If you had a bird or whatever, like if it lived to be 5, 6, 7, 800, just like Adam and Eve, well, it would get a lot bigger, wouldn't it? Especially if it was a reptile, which never stops growing throughout its entire lifetime. So you would expect to see more reptiles than you would anything else being ginormous.
Why don't chameleons and geckos get
And
big?
and that's why it says there were giants in the earth in those days. Because yeah, there were some giants. Like that doesn't mean everything was giant. It just meant like there was the possibility that things could become gigantic. There were giants in the earth in those days.
And what you're saying is those dinosaurs, like the lizards today, don't get that big because they're not living that long.
They can't get that big anymore because the environment is
What if
changing.
we put them in an oxygen chamber when they grow?
Well, if you put it in a hyperbolic like oxygen chamber or hyperbaric chamber or whatever, and you increase the oxygen and pressure, like yeah, you could probably make it grow giant again because that's really all it requires. Right? If you can replicate the pre-flood world, I have no doubt that you can make the thing giant. But are you prepared to be around for 500 years while you watch it outlive you? Because that's basically your experiment. Like it's gonna live a really long time as long as the parameters are right. That's the pre-flood world.
Just
You
don't
could live
feed
a
it
lot longer.
Oreos.
You could live a lot longer, but only for a reason. That reason is now gone. Like it's wrecked. That's why we have Mount Everest, because it's wrecked. Like there was no mountain that high beforehand. That's an after result. Or do you think that Mount Everest was like there before the pre-flood world? It was always was the biggest one, still is. I don't think there were many mountains beforehand. I think there was like maybe like small mountains, but
What
like
happened to the dinosaurs?
see
An
again,
asteroid hit them.
I just told you what happened to the dinosaurs. They're still here. Like I can capture. Like, do you want me to give you a Triceratops? Because I guarantee you that Zach has Triceratops in his backyard.
How about the like the long necker though?
Well, what about it? What is it? The only creature that
The
I've ever seen that
brontosaurus.
looks remotely close to that is a turtle.
It's quite a
I'm
bit
not saying
different.
that it is a turtle. I'm just saying like the only creature that I've seen that could have possibly a long neck like that is actually a turtle. Because I don't know if you've ever seen a turtle with its neck all stuck out. Like it's pretty big. But I don't know about the brontosaurus or anything like that. But I'm just saying like there's versions of things. We don't necessarily have the same versions that we had back in the day.
I think the closest thing would have to be like a rhino.
A rhino
They're pretty big still.
to what? A rhino is the closest to what?
To like older dinosaurs.
But no. Well, okay, but
Why did the rhino survive? And I mean, a rhino's pretty much like a dinosaur.
It could
Oh,
be.
I thought you were about to say a joke.
It could live with the dinosaur. It could live with the dinosaurs, but it would just be like maybe a big version of itself, or maybe a regular size.
Maybe the rhino killed them all.
But see, that's the thing. Dinosaur imply like the whole term itself implies a certain thing. Like it's not.
Well,
It's terrible lizard. It's not terrible bird. Terrible.
what do you get when you mix an elephant and a rhino together?
An
Hell
elephant
if
and
I
a lion?
know.
A what?
Elephino.
Oh, you get a troglodyte.
What do you get when you combine a rhino and an elephant?
That's what he just said, isn't it?
No, he said if you combine an elephant and a rhino, it's
Oh,
totally different.
oh,
What did
see?
you say? A rhino and an elephant?
Right.
What is it?
Elephino.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Oh yeah, definitely different. I'm like,
Are you telling me that you can actually breed elephants and rhinos?
With a trunk.
No, like, are you saying that it's like an actual thing? Like, you can actually breed elephants with rhinos? You're not pulling my leg.
Can you breed a pea and a cherry?
Can you just answer the question? No, no. That's fake. That's fake news. You're fake news. So you're saying no? You can't.
Yeah, just Wikipedia it.
No. Why can't you ever just give me a straight answer? Like, what are you, Jesus?
I'm not a biologist.
No.
I refer to the expert on the panel.
I just want to know if you have seen evidence of the two things being combined into one, because that's interesting if that's true. But I would be
Elephino.
very skeptical. But
What
a
does
rhino
the
and an
expert
elephant
say?
do have
We need to.
similar skin, but that's about it.
What does the biologist say? Is it possible?
I don't care what the biologist says.
I thought Stacy was a biologist.
Stacy left.
He left?
Yeah, he left a while ago, dude. It's just me, you, and Zach. That's what was the big. It makes the noise when.
I actually didn't hear that.
Yeah, it makes a noise when somebody leaves. It's like letting you know, like they totally left, and it makes a noise. It's the noise that you would play like Final Fantasy, right? But anyway, yeah, no, the biologist. I mean, all I'm suggesting is that we still have the same species that we had from before the flood. Like, what was the point in him putting them on the ark? Like, did he take the gigantic, most giantest version he could find? Absolutely not. Why would he do that? That's ridiculous. Why would even God send him that? Like, oh, well, you're going to have to make room for this giant pair of giant hippopotami. But no, an elephant and a hippopotamus being the same thing? Like, I don't think that they can breed together unless you have proof. That's all I'm saying. Photoshop does wonders, but like, don't believe it. Don't always believe it. Do you believe in Mokele and Mbembe? Because that's my other answer. My other answer is that the creature, the long necked dinosaur that you seek, still does exist. It just exists in a place where you can't see him. He's in the Amazon jungle. Good luck finding him.
Or he became the Loch Ness
Or
Monster.
actually, he's in the Congo jungle. Actually, I think I misspoke there. He's in the Congo jungle, not the Amazon jungle. He's in the Congo jungle. Mokele Mbembe, I think, is his name. But yeah, they say that he comes up out the river and he just like he kills hippos for no reason. Like he just kills them just cause. Remember, right? Isn't he supposed to be able to like drink up the Jordan or something? Like, what does that even mean?
Doesn't it say like his tail's like a cedar?
It does. I mean, the only creature I've seen that has a tail like a cedar is like a giant brontosaurus or something.
Or I guess some people think it's an alligator.
Uh, I guess that is like big enough tail, but like, I mean, if I saw it, I wouldn't feel threatened too much. I'd be like, Psh, I could just like walk the other way, and like he wouldn't get me. I wouldn't be scared of it if I just saw. I mean, it would be terrifying. I don't want to see an alligator or a croc, but I think I'd be a little bit more terrified if I saw a long necked dinosaur. I'd be like, whoa. And if it was mean, that wouldn't be good.
No, they just ate cabbage.
Oh, is that all? So if I bring cabbage, like I can throw it the other way?
Yeah, carry an extra head of cabbage with you wherever you go from now on.
Don't bring cabbage because they hate the cabbage.
You could try peaches.
Well, I would almost imagine you would have to bring something from a land far away, right? Like, is the Loch Ness Monster really going to know what a peach is?
I guess seaweed, maybe.
How did the seaweed get on top of Mount Everest?
Yeah, how do you get turtles in Kansas?
Exactly.
They swim, obviously. But I don't know. I'm about to go to bed. I'm going to pass out. Love you guys. Talk to y'all later, alligators. Or is it dinosaur?
After a while, crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
See you.
All right, night, brother. Well, I guess on that note, I'll try to get some sleep too.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, thanks for getting it going tonight. What time did it start?
Well, I mean, I put the link out at 8 o'clock, being adventurous, but I knew nobody was going to come till after 9.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, it didn't work. Nobody came till after 9. So.
Yeah, I wish I would start earlier because I got to go to bed earlier lately.
Well, I did put the link out earlier. Nobody came.
Yeah. Well, on Fridays it's not too bad, but lately Fridays have been hectic for me. So hopefully that'll get better.
Word.
All right. We'll catch you later.
Cool,
Night,
cool.
brother.
Have a good one.
You too.
Now I'm left here with myself. Oh, good.
And now, right now, comes the end.